When people die trying to protect our planet and we don't care, something is terribly, terribly wrong, because those people are protecting a planet that we benefit from.
Paulo Paulino Guajajara was prepared for the dangers he faced while protecting the Amazon rainforest. Paulo Paulino Guajajara was killed today in an ambush by loggers.
Those people die for their beliefs. What type of beliefs do we have? Lives so complex, non-important complexities cause suicide in young people. We are spiritually a mess. I know we don't have respect for ourselves and we are ignorant. If what I say is false, we wouldn't treat nature the way we do. Our relationship to nature is a measuring stick of our intelligence. Intelligence is understanding ourselves. We don't understand ourselves, who we are, what we are doing on this planet, and our ignorance is causing blind destruction.
We're protecting our land and the life on it. There is so much destruction of nature happening.
Who is more intelligent? Someone that protects nature, knowing that they're benefiting humanity, or someone that goes to university, paying large amounts of money, creating debt, and believing that their bit of paper somehow allows them to have authority over the say of the way the world works, without understanding the basics of nature? Not even having a connection with nature. And who is responsible for all of this? It's the schools. They teach rubbish. The schools don't teach what they need to teach. We judge our intelligence on how many machines we can make to kill people in the military and how many souls we can misdirect through social media. The great danger is we believe that our education gives us intelligence, when actually it misdirects us, it makes us arrogant and it makes us egotistical.
Se não for brigar, é isso que o governo quer, né? E nós briguem.
Since President Jair Bolsonaro took office at the start of this year, he has dismantled environmental protection regulations, further opening the Amazon's mineral riches for commercial exploitation.
There is another dimension to this problem, the spiritual, and thinking shamanistically, it gives you a different perception of the reality we live in. Spirits live in the forest. They have a right to be there too. It's their planet as well. We are spiritually incompetent. Religions diminish our relationship with nature, diminish our relationships with the unseen. They break our connection to nature, as does modern society.
So you didn't have a problem working here, even though you knew that this was Tembe land?
Não, não.
Who is the real deity? The deity that gives us food, water, shelter and life, like Mother Nature, or a deity that lives off planet, that just exists in books through history, myths and stories?
A vida está se tratando da água, das matas, dos rios, do ar que respiramos.
Connection is vital. It gave us culture and orientation. It creates empathy, which is an emotional intelligence. When we see trees being cut down, it doesn't affect us because we don't respect nature, because we don't know what trees are on a spiritual level. All we know are the apps on our telephone. Spirits can control the climate. It's not just the sun and pollution. We live in a multi-dimensional world and our perception only sees a fraction of it. When the rivers are ill, the spirits are ill. Access to other dimensions come from nature, meditation and spiritual practices. Those are sciences which used to be rooted in our culture and customs, making us human.
Fundamental porque a terra mãe nos dá o sustento, né? Nos dá o alimento. É dela que preservamos a nossa identidade cultural.
That culture is gone, and so is our humanity.
Invasions of indigenous lands have increased by 150%.
Religions try to disconnect us to our planet, instead connecting us to off-world deities. We need to sort our own backyard out first before we try to elevate ourselves spiritually, because the spiritual practice that we need is actually looking after the house that we live in. Spirituality is practical, it's not all metaphysical. The metaphysics needs to be applied into the practices of our lives.
Nos apoiar. Que está apoiando não apenas os povos indígenas, mas está apoiando o Brasil, está apoiando o mundo.